everyone. I haven't done an update in a while, so I figured I would go ahead and do this and give you guys an idea of where I am right now, recording wise, why there haven't been any updates on the weekends, and what I'm doing in my personal life currently. I did talk a while ago about starting a vlog channel. I'm still considering that. The only problem is I really don't have a way to record myself yet. So once I figure that out, I will let you guys know and give you a link to that. Part of the thing is I just want to kind of expand what I'm doing on YouTube and hopefully at some point maybe make some money off of the videos. That would be great. The option has opened up for that on my channel. When you go in, it's like earn money, but still with the games being copyrighted stuff, I know there are channels out there that do that, but a lot of them are partnerships with Machinima, so I really don't know how that works. Blah de blah de blah. Anyway, so vlogs to come eventually. Um, as of now, I want to talk about the two main Let's Plays that I have going on right now, which are Shadow Hearts Covenant and Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Shadow Hearts Covenant, we are getting to the end of it. I'm really excited. I love Shadow Hearts. I love the series, especially the first two games. Um, in the Shadow Hearts series, I have yet to play Kodelka. So I don't really know how I feel about that game yet. From the New World, not really as much of an attachment to because it doesn't have my favorite main character in it. But anyway, almost all of Shadow Hearts Covenant is recorded. I have to go back and do some footage for the second ending. I got the first ending, but I need to go back and get the footage for the other one. But I don't really like the second ending, so. Plus, I try. Okay, here's the thing with the end of Shadow Hearts Covenant. It's going to be a little jittery. I was having some real problems with recording at the time. My thing I was using to record would just suddenly stop, and then my computer would go blue screen and shut down. So I'd have to like save all of my stuff real quick. And at first, I didn't know what was going on, so I lost commentary. So I gotta go back and do post commentary for some of those videos, which can get kind of annoying. But especially with the RPGs, it's hard to do post commentary because it's like, okay, I'm running, blah blah blah. Or at the time, I'm talking about whatever I'm thinking about in my head, blah blah blah. So yeah, all of it's recorded though. I do need to go and do some post commentary for some of those videos and um, make it more seamless so that it all kind of makes sense. Um, Currently, as the videos are where they are, we're very close to getting into side quests for the game. So that's where we are with that. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, I have some backlog of it right now. Problem I have with Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne though is I never seem to edit the videos before they need to go up. So yeah, I always edit it real quick and then it ends up going online. The previous video that I posted, I believe, I think it was this previous video. Yeah, it was. For some reason, my Sony Vegas program was deciding that it hated the video. I'd go in and I'd try to move a link, or not a link, move the clip, and I'd go to move it and it just wouldn't do anything and it would sit there for almost a minute and then it would finally do it and it was giving me problems the whole time. So I posted a little disclaimer on the video. If there are any edit issues, I'm very sorry, but it just wasn't working for me that day. I thought that it was going to be a problem with the program, but every other video I have on there seems fine, so I really don't know what was going on with that, but whatever. Um, Currently in Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, I am in Asakusa, and I have not moved on. At this point, we're going back to the Assembly of Nihilo, I believe, and then on to the obelisk. I have not done that yet. I have done the Puzzle Boy thing. And this is how this is going to work because it took me almost 3 hours to get through the Puzzle Boy part. I had heard nightmares about this part, so I had a free time one day and I just went in and I got it done. So what I'm going to do for those videos is turn it into more of a tutorial. I might have some commentary, but most of it's just going to be like, do this, do this, do this. So I haven't looked, but I'm pretty sure there's probably not like a video walkthrough for it. but that way people who get to that part of the game can see what to do. I followed the guide. The guide was wrong on one thing. The guide online. It didn't tell me to push one block that I needed to push, and it was in the last puzzle too. I was like, oh my God, but I figured it out, and so you guys will see that correction in that. Um, so yeah, once Shadow Hearts Covenant is done, I'm going to go back and finish up Resident Evil 2. I'm going to see if I can get someone to do commentary with me. I might not be able to. I feel like the problem with Resident Evil 2 is I had so many problems trying to line up getting Canadian Pride and me to do it together where we had time, and then the first time we did it, it didn't work. And then the second time, like it worked fine, but it's just now our schedules are so different. He works at night, I work during the day, and I have one day off during the week, and it just doesn't. I'm sorry, I have half a day off during the week now. So I don't have as much time as I had before to record. And on the weekends, I seem to be always doing something, which is why a lot of times I haven't been making updates on the weekends, which I'm very sorry about. Um, so yeah, and plus with Resident Evil 2, I feel like I played it quite a few times recently, so I'm just like dragging through it. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go do this part, blah blah blah. Like I really like the game, I really really do. It's probably one of my favorite Resident Evil games. I just am not in the mood for it. So hopefully by the time I do get back to it, I'll be more in the mood for it. But once Shadow Hearts Covenant is over, Resident Evil 2 will take the place of those uploads. And then once that's over, I will post the good ending for Shadow Hearts. Um, and then I'm going to do a video where I'm just discussing themes and overall ideas I have about the two games combined and in general. Um, as for that, I'll probably post another video about this as well, but go ahead and leave me any of your questions that you've ever wondered about Shadow Hearts, why you think a character, like why did this character do this? If you are interested in how I feel about certain side characters or why I think people do what they do within the game or the more in-depth magic stuff, I'll try my best to answer your questions about the games. And if I can't, I'll try and do some research and see what we can come up with. I just feel like with Shadow Hearts, I've gone on about this a lot too. I feel like with Shadow Hearts and especially Yuri as a character, I feel like Yuri is probably one of the most rounded characters that I've ever seen in a video game. Most of the time, like with Resident Evil, you have pretty flat characters who are just, okay, I'm gonna survive. Like you don't really see much personality from them. Or when they try to give the characters personality, say with like Resident Evil 4, it comes across with just one-liners and it's kind of dumb. Even though I love Leon. But I feel like with Yuri, especially in Shadow Hearts Covenant, he really tries to cover his pain that he's feeling and tries to act how he did in the first game, but he's just a different person, and I really want to address that in um, the video that I'm going to be making after it's all over, so then I can finally talk about all the endings and where I feel that the series stands at the end of the first two games. Um, Also, good news for those Valkyrie Profile fans. I have made the Valkyrie Profile Selmaria videos public again, and the reason for this is that once the good ending of Shadow Hearts is done, which is probably only going to be a couple of videos, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, we're going to go back to Valkyrie Profile Selmaria. So I'm back into the game. I stopped it because I really was just not looking forward to certain parts of the game, and I really wasn't into it, and I wanted to just be gung-ho with Shadow Hearts and get that done. So now that Shadow Hearts is done, I feel like I can go back to Valkyrie Profile Samaria and actually get into it again. So I know it's not how I wanted it. I wanted it to be like how I did Shadow Hearts, where it was like Shadow Hearts and then Shadow Hearts Covenant, and it all flowed together, but it didn't work out that way with Valkyrie Profile and Valkyrie Profile Samaria. So yeah, I don't think I'll show much of the Seraphic Gate in Valkyrie Profile Samaria because it's a pain in the ass. The Valkyrie Profile Samaria is a much more difficult game than Valkyrie Profile. The bosses can be extremely tough. The items are not as easy to get, and a lot of times there's really no clear way to get them because the guide that I have is not very descriptive, which is actually the official guide for the game. But especially with items in the Seraphic Gate, they're almost impossible to get. So, yeah, and the bosses are a pain in the ass. I haven't even gotten that far into it in my ultimate game save for it. So, yeah, I don't know how much I'll show of the Seraphic Gate, but we will get through the main storyline. It has a much more in-depth storyline than the first game does. Um, Other than that, once Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne finishes up, or once I decide that I want to do this, I have two games that I have that are coming from friends of mine that live overseas. One of the games is in Japanese, so I'm going to have a friend of mine who lived in Japan for a couple years help me out with some translations. Other than that, I'll probably put subtitles on the videos that match the English translation because I don't want to burden her with translating the whole game. I'm just going to bring her in on scenes that I was confused about or scenes that don't have an English translation for them. The other game is in English, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'm not going to tell you what either of these games are, but I'm just going to say they're both older games. They're both for the PlayStation 2. I have a flip disc PlayStation 2 so that I can play games without the region being a problem. So, yeah. Um, and that's all I'm going to say. So, and I guess that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anymore. It'll be a surprise. Um, as for Final Fantasy VIII, I will finish it. I'm just not really sure when I'm going to get back to it, but it will be finished at some point, so don't worry. I keep getting sucked into these RPGs that I'm doing, and I can't do quick games for some reason anymore. But at least with RPGs now, I can post longer videos, so it doesn't feel like it's taking as long to get through the game as it did before. I mean, Shadow Hearts is, I think, 60 something videos in, and we're toward the end of the game, so that's good. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm sorry that this video is long. I get rambling and I start talking about things, and I hope that cleared up any questions that you guys have. So yeah, if you have any questions about Shadow Hearts in general, um, I guess try not to put spoilers as of yet. On the final wrap up video, it's going to be all spoilers. So then, if when I post the video about that video after um, Shadow Hearts is complete, you can post as many spoilers as you want. But as of right now, the rule still stands. No spoilers or your comments will be removed. So, yeah, because I know a lot of people are watching Shadow Hearts Covenant either because they love the game, they know the game, or because they are just enjoying the Let's Play and have never played it. So, I really want them to experience the game as if it's for the first time and with as minimal spoilers as possible. So, yeah, leave questions about Shadow Hearts in general right now, but or something that might have already been revealed in Shadow Hearts Covenant. We're up right now where Roger just told Yuri that they're going to try and use the Emigrant manuscript to bring back Alice is the point that we are at in the game at this point. So nothing beyond that. So yeah. Okay, I'm done now. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.